Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, Sean John, aka the Middleman CEO. Welcome to the channel, and for everybody who's back, welcome back. For everyone who's new, hit subscribe, smash thumbs up, smash the notification bell down at the bottom. That way, every time I drop some fire new content, you guys will be the first ones to know. And so today we're just gonna do a quick video, but I wanted to share some things. And the reason I'm doing this video is kind of a follow-up because one of my previous videos blew up, got a lot of attention, a lot of negative attention, because I'm not a traditional thinker. And so the goal of this channel is to change the way you think about money and about life and about time and about what's important. So I just want to stop you at the door and say, hey, let's take a second, deep breath, pause, look over our lives, see if this is where we want to be. And if it's not, then we need to do some things differently, because the same thing that worked for your parents and your grandparents won't necessarily work for you. Does that make sense? So one thing, and this is a perfect transition into what I want to talk about, because I want to give you, I'll probably give you 3 to 5 things that I know that's different, probably even more, but I'll try to do it quickly, that it was a good thing for you and relevant for you just 3, 4, 5 years ago. But today, it's a terrible idea. And so I put out this video and I was like, hey, let me tell you, if you are out there and you're focused on saving money, I'm telling you that saving money is a bad idea. I'm telling you that if you just get extra money, because I have a friend, that's the example I use, and my friend's young, doesn't have a family and whatnot, and I'm like, hey brother, here's what you do. Instead of working that extra job and just putting money into a bank account for no reason, don't do that. You're just wasting time making the money, and then you're wasting money putting it into a bank and not using it. So money's not useful unless it's used. It's just a tool to exchange for something else you want. And so, and he was, I got to give him credit. He like, at first there was some resentment, but he kind of opened up to the idea, and that's all this channel is about, just challenging the way you think and your traditionalisms. And so I've gotten a lot of feedback, most of it pushback negatively. And so, and people are like, no, you got to save, you got to have an emergency account, you got to have a this account or that account. And listen, all right, so I'll submit to you my way of thinking, which is, first of all, I'm not going to manifest a rainy day into my life. I'm not going to manifest an emergency. And by the way, how many emergencies do you have that require $10,000? You just don't have them. How many rainy days require $5,000 right now? Just don't have that, right? And so I've seen the comments and you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this, right? What's your opinion on this? But I've seen the comments, and some people are like, I've saved up 100,000. First of all, congratulations. Secondly, 90% of people in America or in the world can't do that. And thirdly, why would you save that much money? So that's probably 90,000 more than you need in a bank account. So that's $90,000 of dead money that you aren't using, that the bank is using. They're getting rich, you're getting poorer, because you don't even have the money. It's stored in the bank. You don't use the money. The bank's using it. They pay you nothing for it. All you get to do is look on the app and feel secure and go back to sleep. How stupid, when you could use the money to make money. So I got a list of some things I actually used, because I'm thinking while I'm driving, and I actually wrote it down on a napkin. So if you guys can see that, I'm gonna give you the game. So and I'll put P and R, so for poor column and rich column. So I'm usually in the office, I could do this on the board, but I'm not right now. So just want to share with you real quick. I hope it blesses you. By the way, man, let me say something. I'm so proud of you guys. I did a live training to show you how I built my own middleman business just using my phone in 2020. Made $77,000, on pace to do $350,000 this year. And I was like, hey, if you guys want to know what I know, just come to the live training and give me about 45 minutes. I'll teach you how to do this for yourself. People were there in droves. I had to cut people off I had to stop letting people in because I do Q&A and I don't want too many people. So I stopped letting people in. We were packed. And as soon as I closed out, people were diving into the 8-hour class. Like, hey, let me get that. Where do I go? How do I enroll? How do I get started and work with you? And now I'm partnering with all these awesome people, and I'm so excited. I almost had tears in my eyes last night because I know, even if it's one person, I'm going to change their lives by teaching them this. And they'll be able to teach this to their kids, to their friends. And anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you. You really blessed me. Guys were on there, girls were on there like, hey, thank you for this opportunity. No. I have to thank you. Thank you for allowing me to teach you this, right? So what a blessing, what an awesome time. I just simply teach you how to start your middleman business from your phone, where you do the same thing Uber does. You book customers for businesses. Uber books riders for drivers, but you book customers for businesses. You get paid for doing it, and that's pretty much it. And the business does all the work. So very simple, very easy. If you want to learn how to do it, I got a live mastermind that's coming up. A live training. Again, it's going to be about 45 minutes because a lot of people have been hitting me up and they weren't able to make the training for whatever reason. And some people just got there late. I don't know if they're not paying attention to the time zones. And so I'm going to do another one just for you guys. So make sure you're there. And it's going to be coming up. And I want you to put middleman in the comments if you want the invite, so you can get the new invite to the live Zoom training. And make sure you're there early, because I will close it out when I hit a certain number that's in my head. So make sure you're there. If the number is, because I like to keep it, like if the number's 55, I'll stay at 55. So whatever we do, I may stretch it out a little more just to let more people in, because I can't do it every time. But please, please, please put middleman in the comments. I'll teach you how to start your own middleman business. You don't have to leave the house. You make money on your phone. Pretty easy. So, all right. So poor, I always say poor Paul and rich Randy. All right. So I should say rich Renee, because I know women are way smarter than men. All right. So, I'll give you a few things and I'll run them off the list and I'll get out of your way. So one of the things that poor people think that rich people don't think, and I'll give you the poor and then I'll give you the rich, what they do. So the poor does this, the rich does the opposite, and we'll go through that really quickly. So one of the big things that keep people poor is they continue to think that time equals money. So you've got to understand that your time is very limited. You're going to run out of time. What are you going to sell then? You're going to run out of energy. You're going to run out of strength. What do you sell then? Right? So as long as you think time is money, you're going to be willing to sell as much time as you can to make a little bit of money. You're going to sell a lot of time to make a lot of money. The rich don't think that way. They believe that money equals time. They believe that you should use money to buy back your time and not your time to sell for money. Does that make sense? So if you flip-flop that, you're going to be thinking like the rich. Doesn't mean you'll be a millionaire tomorrow. Don't worry about that. Just think the way they do, so that you can move towards what you want to be and what you want your life to be in this life, right? The poor think whenever I need money, I need to find a job. The rich think whenever I need money, I need to start a business. So I'm always thinking, hey, I'm not going to look for a job. What kind of opportunities do I see out here? What kind of business opportunities do I see? Right? And I don't make $1 million a year. I believe one day I will. I do claim that. There's nothing wrong with being rich at all. But I don't always throw that out there. I do say, I don't tell you that you're going to be a millionaire and stuff overnight. I just try to keep it real with you and say, hey, look, if you put in some work and you get to $150,000, $250,000 a year, you can really live how you want to live. So you don't have to be at $1 million a year. 250 is going to change your life, and you can do that quickly. So just from 77 in 2020 to right now in 24, because my first 250 was in 2023 last year. So it took me 2020, 21, 22, 23. So about 3.5 years to hit $250,000. So not bad. All right. So when the rich think about getting money, they think about going to a job to get a paycheck. I'm sorry, the poor. Going to a job and get a paycheck. When the rich think about it, they think about building a business or going into an investment to get something called cash flow. So the poor want paychecks that's taxed up front. everybody gets paid except you. By the time everybody gets paid, the bill man, everybody, your credit card company, your utilities, your rent, everybody, the landlord, the government, everybody gets paid from your check, and you're the last person to get paid. And then you get what's left. That's a hard way to live. I've done it. So the rich don't think like that. They don't think about getting paychecks. They think about, how do I get some cash flow? That's why I always tell you guys, if you go out there and you focus on saving money, because I've gotten a lot of pushback, don't do that. Put the money into something that can pay you residual, right? Stop saving for rainy days and emergency funds. You don't want emergencies. You don't want rainy days. Don't manifest that stuff, right? If you lose your job or anything, you should have at least a month or two of, I always say max 3, of some savings. Beyond that, please don't just pile money up in the bank. That money is worthless unless you use it, right? It's useless. So use the money to make money, and hopefully you'll never have an emergency or anything like that. In the meantime, use all the extra money. Like I told my friend, I was like, dude, go work on your business. The money you're out here making is keeping the time you're selling to go do these extra jobs and make money. Just to put the money into the bank, you're losing time and you're losing money, because the money you're making extra money, but you don't even need it. You're not even using it. You're storing it in the bank for no reason. So don't do that. Your primary job pays you enough money to take care of your bills. That's all you need. Now, take your free time that you normally sell and use that to work on your business and your purpose. And maybe a year from now, you'll be able to quit your job and go all the way in on your gift. To me, that's a better way to live. And if you don't practice it that way, you might never get out of the struggle life, because you're always going to be repeating that same cycle. There's a blueprint to be rich and there's a blueprint to be poor, and you guys out there practicing the wrong one. So when the rich think about, when the poor, one of the things that the poor hold to is working hard. They think working hard pays off. With these phones and with technology, you don't have to always work hard. Some jobs require you to work hard. I don't recommend those. I've done it. It ain't fun. But the hardest I work is just posting things on social media platforms. That's the hardest work I do. So you don't have to work hard to be successful. There's nothing wrong with hard work, but you don't necessarily have to do it. The rich don't think like that. They think work smarter. So with my middleman business, I could go out and do the jobs, but I'm like, no, that's hard work. What's smart work? Oh, let me partner with companies who already do the job. These companies already do home renovations. Let them do it. I'll just find the customers and get paid. The poor, they have a mindset to always consume or buy liabilities. Every time they get extra money, they buy something that they don't need or that doesn't pay them back. So they're always buying the newest thing, buying cars, buying houses. Yes, your house is a liability. Especially if you live in it and pay for it, it's a liability. If it doesn't make money for you, it's a liability. A house, car, anything. And so the poor is always buying these liabilities and calling them assets. Your house that you live in is not an asset. It's only an asset if someone else lives in it and pays you to do it. Make sense? So if cash flows away from you, it's a liability. If cash flows to you from the thing, it's an asset. And so the rich, they go out and they acquire assets that make money for them. The poor, they continue to buy liabilities that keep them broke. All right, and so one of the biggest ones, and I know this one got me in a lot of trouble, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, the poor focus on saving money. They say things like rainy day, emergency account. When was the last time you heard a rich person say they have a rainy day account or an emergency account? The only time the rich people are saving money is they're making so much money they can't spend it or invest it fast enough. But there's two ways your money can move, or you can make money or live off money. You can live off money, off earned income, meaning you trade your time for money, and you got to keep doing that. And as soon as you stop trading your time for money, no paycheck. LeBron James trades his time for money. So when he retires from the NBA, they're not going to pay him to play basketball. He's done. Now, he makes money other ways, but I'm just making a point. That's earned income. Taxed first, expenses after that, and then you save whatever's left. Hopefully there's something left. Most cases there aren't. There's not many people with a bunch of savings, and yet you want them to focus on saving. No, focus on creating something to get yourself out of this pattern. You've been trying to save for 10 years and you're still poor. No, I've done it. You need to use whatever extra money you got and say, you know what, bump this bank account. Let me put this extra $500 into a vending machine right now and do something. That's a better way to use money. I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback. Be respectful. I love the comments. I love the content. Let me know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments below. Let me know your opinion. And by the way, if you want to get into this live training coming up, put Middleman, please be there early. Right, it's 7 p.m., but please get there early. Put Middleman in the comments and I'll bless you with an invite. If you do not get an invite, I've already cut it off, so try to do it ASAP. But again, you guys focus on savings accounts where money just sit and die. The rich don't live off earned income. The rich don't live off savings. So when you guys get an extra $5,000, quick example, and I'll let you go. When you guys get an extra $5,000, and I've done it too, when we're thinking like a poor person, and I'm not talking about being poor, being rich. I'm just talking about the mindset when I say poor and rich. And I'm not talking about homeless or nothing like that. I've been there, done that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're actually working, trying to accomplish something, but you're just not making enough. You're the working poor. And I've done that. It ain't fun. So let's say you get $5,000. Poor you gets $5,000, and then rich you gets $5,000. So the poor you is going to take the $5,000 and deposit into a bank account. So now that $5,000 go down to zero because the bank owns it. You gave it to them. Yes, it's their money. You better understand how this works. You have to borrow it back from the bank. That's crazy. But when you turn it over to them, they become the rightful owners of the money, right? And so they can bail. You've heard of bailouts. The bank can bail in by using your money. Bailout is when the government uses your money to save the banks, your tax money, because the government don't have a job. Like Tommy from Martin, they ain't got no damn job. So the government can bail out an institution by using taxpayers' money. That's a bailout. A bail-in is when the institution can use your money to protect themselves and rescue themselves. So they can go into your bank account and say, hey, we got bills to pay. Let's use Mary's money. That's a bail-in. And they can legally do that. That's why I tell you the money's not yours. So poor you, your $5,000 goes into the bank account. Yes, you can see it on your app and it may make you feel good, but the money's not in the account. In fact, go there and try to get it. They'll probably tell you come back tomorrow. The money's not in the account. As soon as you drop it in, and I'm not going to get into fractional reserving, but they take your money and they throw it at somebody who's got high credit score and who's going to bring them some money back. They sell your money as quickly as you drop it in there. It's just a product to them. Your $5,000 come in, okay, perfect, have a great day. Bam, sell it, throw that out the back door to somebody that's going to pay us for it and invest it. Gone. Your money's gone. You're sitting there looking at the app going, I still got $5,000. No, you don't. Your money's dead. In fact, it's so dead it's not even there. A bank is a graveyard. Again, I'm not telling you have no savings. I'm just telling you it cannot be your focus. And now your bank's a graveyard, and that's poor you. And you just sit there and look at the money, and the money never helps you. Say, wait a minute, you got $5,000 in the bank you never use? No, it just sits there. What? The bank uses it over and over to get rich? You need to start thinking like the bank. Because if the bank was thinking like you, the bank would be out of business. Banks tell you to save money. They don't save money. If banks save money like you do, the banks would be out of business. So you better change the way you think. Now, $5,000 go to Rich You. Rich You's going to say, I'm not putting this into a dead account. That money's no good. I may as well throw it over the bridge. Same results as putting it in the bank. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this $5,000. I'm going to learn how to start a business, hopefully a middleman business like I do, but whatever business. I'm going to take this $5,000, and it's not much, and they might say, I'm going to do a food truck. I know a food truck costs more, but I'm just making examples. I'm going to do vending machines. I'm going to get a lawnmower, start a lawn service. I'm going to start a middleman business like Sean, whatever the case. But the difference is the way you're thinking. Poor you is thinking save. Rich you is thinking invest. Poor you is thinking, I got to save this and then go back to work to try to save more. Are you kidding me? You're just working for no reason at all. And then rich you is saying, I got to take this money, invest it, flip it, and then repeat the process. And so rich you is going to take the money, start a middleman business, and next thing you know, that $5,000 is going to create another $5,000 and another $5,000, and now you got cash flow. So you're over there living paycheck to paycheck, selling your time for money, hating what you do, hating your life and your job. And the rich you's over here investing, building, getting cash flow, taking this money. Hey, teach me how to start a middleman business. Bam. 6 months later, hey, we're making $5,000 a month. Roll it. Hey, we're at $10,000 a month. Because the $5,000 investment that you got as poor you went to the bank and the bank got rich. The $5,000 investment that rich you got went into your future, your finances, and your investments. Started a business and you got rich. See the difference? So you can make the banks rich. I don't recommend it. Or you can make yourself rich. And by rich, my definition of rich is not $1 million a year. Of course, that is rich. But if you make, I feel like if you make about $250,000 a year, that's rich, because you're making $1 million every 4 years. 250 is a lot of money. I always say, because I know there's inflation and I know the economy's rough right now, but I always say if you can make 150,000 a year or more, you're not really going to feel the inflation. So but that's just my advice to you. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, whether you agree or disagree. I appreciate it. If you want to get into that live training and you've heard enough and you're like, Sean, look, brother, you can stop talking. I'm already thinking the way you're thinking. I'm already knowing that I'm in a situation that's got to change. I know this job ain't loyal. I'm missing time with my family. I'm missing freedom. I don't want to work for 40 years. They don't even want me to be there for 40 years. I'm not relying on these people to retire me. I'm not relying on having the energy and the time to get up and sail every day to make money. I'm missing life, and I want to enjoy my life. I want to make money and live life on my terms. I want freedom, right? I want financial freedom, lifestyle freedom, and I want, you know, the time freedom, which is most important. So if that's you and you want to do what I do, type middleman in the comments. I'll teach you. Just come to the live training and I'll show you how it works, and hopefully something you can use to change your life. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful, blessed day.